Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. First of all, I want to say thank you for everyone that tunes in to us every week and gives us a watch.
And subscribe.
Any new
like.
subscribers and likes, it's fantastic. So thank you all for doing that. We love it. So without further ado, this week I am going to talk about women drivers.
Here we go.
Basically, are we the best? Yes. I'm going to start some controversy. I think women drivers, we probably annoy the hell out of a lot of men. Personally, myself, I drive around on the roads day in, day out, and there are some right knobheads out there. I tell you, I can be going along at my 30 speed or 40 speed or whatever it is, and you look in your mirror and you think, Christ, he's a coming. He's going to want to shift me out the way in a minute. He's going to want me to do an extra 5 or 10 mile an hour, and I am not doing it. And these idiots are right up your ass. They do shit you up a bit, but this is why I think women drivers tend to be more careful on the roads, and I think that's because, and this is not sounding biased, because we transport the kids around more in the car to schools and back and shopping, and I think we're more careful. Not to say that I mean, there is really some good, brilliant men drivers, there's some really poor women drivers, but on the whole I think women are the better driver, and that is my opinion. I've had a lot of stick off my son when I've been driving about my speed limit, about I'm doddery and how long is it going to take me to get there, Mum, I'll see you there, I'll be there an hour before you, and I'm, you know, it's like, oh yeah, I'll see you later.
Better to take it slow than
get
in one piece in it.
Definitely. On the whole, we have less accidents, our insurance isn't so high
Sky high.
because of that. I only drive a 1.2. That's the, you know, my engine probably goes up to about 90 mile an hour max before it's probably shaking. But then I personally don't want to get up to 90 mile an hour driving. If I'm on the motorway, Jen, I'm like, right, I mean, I'm doing 70 and I'm staying here. If I do need to overtake, get in the second lane, it's just for a short time. I'm pretty careful everywhere I go on my journeys, and I feel safe everywhere I go, and you know, I wouldn't want anybody to be worrying about me, because there's a lot of men drivers out there, they are literally up your ass, and it's so,
they love to overtake
annoying
as well, innit?
It's so annoying. So on the whole, yeah, I think women drivers are the best. If you want to comment on that, feel free to add your little 2 pennies worth down below. I'd like to hear from you. It's a bit of a sore subject, especially with the guys and the sons in my household. That they do laugh at me, but you know, hey ho. I think we should move on to what Jenny wants to talk about.
Is it justified? Do you think it's justified for a woman to cheat? What do you think? Do you think it's justified for a woman to cheat?
Well, it depends on the circumstances, because everybody's in different relationships, are they? So it just depends on the person that's in the relationship. I would probably say sometimes it is justifiable myself. If it's an abusive relationship, then I would suggest anybody to get out of it and not go into another relationship. However, that's normally the case, isn't it? You come out to one and you move on to the next. But I don't know, if you think you can work on a marriage or a relationship, not just marriage, and you think there might be something there from it, then give it a go. Give it a go first. If all else fails.
You see, sometimes before you met a guy, he's in a relationship, right? And that relationship say he just finished that sort of relationship and he met you, and when he met you, you decided to go into something. You decided to get married, and the old affair is still there.
Mhm.
It's like this other person can't let go,
Mhm.
and say for instance they seen each other in secret and they still having, still having sex, and say for instance the wife found out. Now when the wife found out, it's a bit sticky, because now she's thinking that he's sleeping with me and then he's sleeping with the ex-woman. Now the both of them thinking that she don't know about it, but she get to find out, and from there on the marriage can never be the same again, because you can't break up with your ex and then in secret you're still having sex with her, and that's where the marriage sort of crumble. You see, sometimes you don't really want to do it, you don't really want to venture out of your marriage, but sometimes these things sort of get in between your marriage and and completely break it apart.
Yeah.
Because if you decided to get married and you commit yourself to that person, and then you found out that person is doing something
Cheating,
behind your
yeah,
back, is
yeah.
cheating behind your back,
Yeah.
it can never be the same
No,
again.
no, I
It can
totally
never
agree.
ever be the same again, because there's supposed to be a bond between the both of you. You make a commitment to each other, and then behind your back is doing something like that. It can never ever be the same again. And it doesn't matter what people say, you should try and do that. At the back of your mind, that's still there, that he slept with his ex, and then if you get to this stage where the ex gets so possessive that she even sending Valentine's card to your address, and this to your address, and that to your address, and letter to your address. That's not good. That will definitely ruin a marriage. I don't condone a man straying from his wife, or a woman straying, but sometimes circumstances
Yeah.
just push them apart.
Yeah, I totally agree
Yeah.
with that. And we all like flattery. We all love being flattered, whether it's
Yes.
a man or a woman.
Yes.
And you think you feel good, and them pay me a bit of attention.
You see,
Whereas I'm probably not getting that attention at home,
Yeah.
because I think after a certain amount of years, when you've been together for quite a while, everything wears off
Yeah.
in a marriage or
Yeah.
any relationship, whether you're married or
But
not.
in marriage, it got to be constant.
Mhm.
It got to be constant in marriage. Marriage is something you got to constantly work at every day. It's like a 24 hours job, because if in marriage, if you don't sustain it, it just fell apart.
Yeah.
You got to constantly be at it, and you cannot be in a marriage and then one person just started to rock the boat.
I think
You know, when
you
when
couldn't-
that boat started to rock,
Yeah.
then it completely fell apart.
Yeah, I think if you got to justify, I don't know, I think even taking somebody's number is probably going to tell you that you're going to use that number, or text, or phone, or get in touch somehow, ain't it? That's where it all starts.
You see, Pat, we all human and we all flirt, but it depends on how far you take that.
Exactly.
Too.
Yeah, exactly.
It depends
So-
on the sort of level you want to take it, because I mean, you have got Rob, and if another woman didn't look at Rob, you would know that, oh my God, I'm the only person in the world that fancy Rob.
Oh, exactly.
It wouldn't be.
It wouldn't be human for just that one
Exactly.
person to look at
But
us
it,
one
de-
way.
it depends how far Rob take it, how far
Exactly.
he want
Yeah.
to,
Yeah.
to take this thing. We all flirt, but it depends how far you want to take it. So for a ex to continuously seeing, each other, it just, any relationship, whether you're married or you're not married, it will just rip that relationship apart. And when they think that they're doing it and you don't know, you found out about it. And
I
it
mean,
will
I
never be
would,
the
I
same
would
again.
say it would be justifiable if you had tried in a relationship and maybe got back together and had a good old bash at it again, and then nothing was working out. Then it's time to move on. It's definitely time to move on, because there would be no point wasting your time any longer. But whether having an affair while you're with somebody is justifiable, you know, that is down to obviously the individual. But I think you should be working at your own problems first before you decide to, you know, text somebody's number.
Before you decide to give the pum pum away.
We all go out.
Before you decide to give the pum pum away, let's be blunt. Get it sorted first.
And you don't want to be taking all these dirty diseases on, do you?
No.
No, you don't.
Because with AIDS going around, one has to be careful.
Yeah.
One has to be careful. You can't.
I think you need to probably have a good old go at it before you decide to, you know, make your mind up what you want to do. But is it ever justifiable? That depends on the person. That depends on the relationship, the marriage. If you probably get bored with each other. You do. Everybody that's been around together for 10, 20 years, you get bored with things. I do, and I know Rob probably does sometimes. That don't make him a bad person or me a bad person. There's days when you think, oh, you know, it's this, it's that. But
you see, Pat, in so many things in this society, so many things going on, that you're damn if you do and you're damn if you don't.
Mm-hmm.
So many things going on in this society, and you know, sometimes you met someone, you fall in love with that person, you don't even know if that person is the right person. It's like a gamble. You're just throwing caution to the wind, because you don't know who this person really is.
For the rest of your life, you can't say at the time that this person is.
It's like you're
for the rest of your life, and the rest of your life is a long
you're
time.
stuck between the devil and the deep blue sea, because you don't know. You can be married for 30 years and you don't really even know that person.
And we've only got one life to live, so, you know, live it, have some fun, but, you know, you need to take care of each other as well. But I do believe in having fun and going out, and that's like not always together. I mean, separately.
No, you
don't have to be doing anything to go out separately and have a good night.
Not because you're married, that doesn't mean you have to join together by the hip.
No, exactly.
You have got Robbie, and you and I can go out and enjoy ourselves together and come back like two decent women, and we don't do anything. You know, we don't have.
And that's
you don't have to go to a nightclub and pick up anyone.
It's very rare that I'll go out anywhere. If I do, I'm with like work colleagues.
I don't go anywhere.
Or family, and you can go out. I mean, I've never been asked what time am I coming home, because I don't give a time.
You can give you a time and something happen and you don't
I might
come
get
on that
bored
time.
at 9:30, 10 o'clock and go, I'm off. Or I might go, oh, I'm enjoying this party, and I'm here to 1 in the morning. But that's because I'm enjoying myself. It's not because I'm going out flirting with other guys. I know who I'm coming back to, but I just like that. We all like our own time, don't we? Our own space.
Yeah.
And so does my fellow likes his own space, and we just leave each other to it. So, but it's all about just looking after each other and thinking about that other person that you've got at home.
Knowing yourself.
Yeah.
It's all about knowing yourself, and know that certain boundary you won't cross.
Yeah.
For instance, if you go into a relationship and you left a whole relationship, don't bother go back to it, because you have ventured into a new relationship. So leave that alone. Leave that alone. It's as simple as that.
And if you get married, then you must realise at the time it's ain't just about the big party and the wedding. It's a commitment you're making to that other person, and it's a commitment for a long, long time. Well, it should be. It should be.
Yeah. So on that note, and please, you can comment. I've noticed that, I don't know if you're frightened to comment, but don't be scared. Anything you would like us to talk about, you just comment down below and we will discuss it. So on that note, don't forget to like and subscribe,
yeah.
and we will see you next week.
We'll be back next week.
Bye guys, love you
Bye.
all.